It started as a college documentary project. Ghosts of American Soil. 4 film students from Pennsylvania, Casey, Liv, Jackson, Deshawn, chose an abandoned cemetery on the outskirts of North Dakota. It was marked as a colonial graveyard, but rumored to be built over a sacred native burial ground, desecrated during westward expansion. The moment their drone buzzed overhead and captured the moss-covered graves forming unnatural spiral shapes, the footage glitched. Probably interference, Jax muttered, but Casey's hands were already clammy on the camera. They set up camp just outside the iron gates. Wind whispered through the trees like voices calling names. At 3:04 a.m., Liv's tent zipper rattled open by itself. She screamed. Flashlights whipped around. No one was there, but something was watching. A child's voice, broken and raspy, whispered from the darkness. "Why are you here?" Casey hit record, but the camera froze. Frames jittered, and the night looped in the footage like time was stuck. The next morning, Deshawn found a grave freshly dug, his name carved into the headstone. His hands trembled as he brushed away the dirt. "This is sick," he spat. But no one admitted to planning it. The soil shifted, pulsed, like it was breathing. As the group argued, a faint heartbeat began to echo under their feet. Jax dropped to his knees and screamed, "It's alive!" That night, they discovered the graves weren't random. A drone flyover revealed the spiral symbol, a native warning of entrapment, a prison for souls. "We're not just being haunted," Liv whispered. "We're being pulled in." The compass spun wildly. Trees that were behind them now stood in front. They walked for hours, but kept returning to the same grave, Deshawn's. During a storm, Liv chased after a child-sized shadow in the woods. She screamed, then silence. The others found only her jacket tangled on a tree branch, twisted unnaturally, like it had grown there. Playback from her head-mounted camera showed her being dragged backward by invisible hands, her mouth open in a silent scream. Inside an old mausoleum, they found records, written confessions from 1892. Settlers had massacred a tribe, then built a cemetery to contain their rage. The leader of the settlers wrote, "The ground is cursed. Their spirits scream from below. If the spiral breaks, they'll rise." The spiral had broken when their drone crashed into a marker earlier that day. The forest exploded with howls, not of wolves, but of people, men, women, children. Deshawn was yanked into a grave mid-run, dirt swallowing him like water. Casey held Jax's hand as shadowy figures rose around them, eyeless, with mouths stretched open in eternal war cries. Blood rained from the trees, each droplet burning like acid. Jax set the camera down before he was taken. "If anyone finds this, don't film them. Don't listen. Don't dig. Run." The last shot shows Casey sprinting through the woods, panting before tripping, and a figure cloaked in feathers and blood reaches for the lens. Weeks later, a government cleanup crew arrives. The camp is gone. The tapes? Burned. But something survived. An agent files a secret report. Entity migration detected. Spiral reformed in Sector C. The cemetery is closed, but spiral symbols begin appearing across other cemeteries nationwide. Years later, a YouTuber finds a single clip from Casey's footage online. Millions watch as the screen flickers, her terrified face, that deafening heartbeat, and the scream that cuts the audio to black. People call it fake. But days later, those who watch closely begin to dream in spirals. And one by one, they start to dig.